one day he's in the shop and he just thinks, I shouldn't be wasting money, but it's not much. He buys a newspaper. He never buys a newspaper. Like, he's one of them. He's got the internet, he's got his phone. Why does he need a newspaper? He buys a newspaper and he's just flicking through it when he's on the bus back home. And he sees this job advert. And the name of the company is called Sealife. And it's...
As in S-E-A? Like,
yeah, it's a full, like Park Life by Blur.
Yeah.
But Sealife, there's no space between sea and life, and it's all blue.
Hey, there's no space between
that's like
sea
fun.
and life.
That's the tagline for the company.
Yeah.
Sealife.
So it's
someone write that down.
It's actually really evasive though, because
There's no space between sea and life.
There's no space between sea and life.
so it's actually really just evasive, the advert in the newspaper, because it says Sea Life in these white letters, and then there's like an ocean blue around it, and then it has a phone number, and it says looking for new workers, apply now at the bottom. And it doesn't give any information. He's just thinking, is it like an aquarium or something? He's like, because he's just looking. He's thinking like Sea Life sounds like an aquarium. So when he gets home, puts his phone on charge, charges it a bit, and then he dials this number. He has like a job interview the next day. Like it's just dead. Like he speaks to the man on the phone. The man saying, "Oh yeah, that's fine. Just come down." Gets a job interview. He goes the next day. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. So he goes there, and the man comes out of his office, shakes his hand, and he's like, "How are you doing, sir? Come in." Takes him into his office. He already has like a teapot out, for the drinks and stuff. This guy's like a big guy, like Phil Mitchell from EastEnders. Yeah. He's got a very sort of full-on personality. He's kind of, when he first sees me, he puts his arm around the shoulder and starts scratching his head. And it's like
in a job interview.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like, he just goes to him, "Look, you feel at home here. We don't even want to look at your CV. I don't want to look at your CV because I'm the one hiring people. You're employed." He's been in his office for like 5 seconds, and he's just like, "This is brilliant. So what will I be doing?" And the guy, the boss, his name's Darren. He's like, "You'll be doing a lot of stuff. We don't expect you to have experience with animals, but you will have experience with animals when you're working here." So he's showing him around on it, and like
Darren's changed his fucking tune.
It's like
fucking poet.
He's showing him around it. He says these really deep stuff as well.
I like.
Of course.
He's very.
I mean, I've heard the slogan.
He's very, he is kind of philosophical. He's like going, "When you're working here, we want you to be authentic with yourself. We want you to be the authentic version of yourself.
The real Sebastian."
Yeah, the real Sebastian. And he can't be bothered saying his full name, so he just says, "I'll call you S. We want you, S, to be the full version of yourself. So, and I'm not going to say your full name." So he's taking him around, showing him around, and they've got like a basic aquarium with all the fish, and then there's an outdoor part, and it's got this one of them things you jump off in a swimming pool.
Diving pool.
But it's a massive one.
Pool.
And then
Did I say
Diving pool.
So you think there's a diving pool.
Diving board.
Diving board.
So there's a diving pool.
There's a diving board. There's a big pool, like a massive pool. It's like a football stadium, like the width and length of the pool. Right. And then there's all these, like, it looks like a football stadium. There's all these seating areas around. And he goes, let's take it inside these little building behind the diving board. He's saying, "Let's take you inside and show you the main attraction." So he takes him in, and he goes, "When you walk in this building now, you're going to feel a great sense of euphoria." Is that how you say it? Yeah. And Sebastian's like, "All right." So he takes him in. As soon as they walk in this building, the boss, Darren, his tone just completely changes. like these other workers there, and he's going, you know, this is the new fella you're working with. Obviously, he's not on the same level as us, so just like try to help him out. You know, very like he's being a bit demeaning with him, and he goes, obviously you're not going to be good at this job because you've got no experience, but you know you're the only person who's applied. So he says, "There's the main attraction."
That's why I got the job so quick.
Just couldn't be asked.
As he says, "There's the main attraction." It's like a little pool in this enclosure. All the workers gather around and they all start clapping after Darren says, "Give it up for Jenny the sea lion." And there's a sea lion in this pool, and he's like, "This is the main attraction. Tomorrow we're having a big event. We're doing all like tricks, and you know, we're going to have the sea lion doing like somersaults and backflips across like the stadium. You know,
You sounded like a sea lion.
He goes, "You've joined the right time, kid. You've joined at the right time." And
just before it gets good.
this Darren goes, "Honestly, besides the colour yellow and bird knuckle boxing, I fucking love this show. Like that's the three things in my life that I love." So he goes to him, "All you need to do tonight, we're not going to have you clean up and stuff." And he gives him this bag of food, and he's like, "We want you to feed the sea lion, and just make sure that she's ate all the food before the show tomorrow. You know, you just throw it in. You'll be here till midnight, so you'll be closing up. Just throw.
On his first shift, you'll be here till midnight, mate.
You'll be here till midnight.
Up, lad.
Yeah.
Not like working, just looking around. He says, "You'll throw the food into Jenny, and
Jenny the sea.
you'll."
Not working. So he's just like, yeah.
No, he'll just be
What
like
are you doing?
observing the animals and
What's
like
the food?
observing what the workers. What? Sorry.
What's the food?
He doesn't know. He
Was
just
it
gives
fish?
it. He gives it. It must be like sea lion food. We
It's
give him this
people.
bag.
It must be
And,
sea lion food.
The boss is like, you know, fucking punching him in the shoulder and shit, being like dead full on, and Sebastian's thinking, "I don't like this," and he goes to him, "Yeah, just do that at midnight and close up." And he goes, "All right then." So it gets to midnight. He's got this bag of food. He left it in the enclosure, so he goes back. It's still there, and he throws the food in, and this sea lion's just like looking at him profoundly, like he almost feels like he makes a bond with this sea lion because he's just looking at it, and he's just like he says to it, I'm closing up now. He's never like, he doesn't like animals. He's never talked to an animal before, and he just says, "I'm closing up now," and it just starts, like it eating the food, and he doesn't even know what the food is. Looks like just meat and seeds and stuff. He doesn't know what it is. Closes up.
Sea lions do like seeds.
And meat at the same time.
Seedy meat.
So he's meant to be in the next day at like 9 o'clock, and he
That's a heavy fucking night, that.
Yeah.
Until 12, then you're in 9 the next
well,
morning.
Darren did say to him, it's a full-on job. You've got to commit yourself to this. So he gets the bus there, and as he's getting the bus there, he's in like traffic jams and everything. He's thinking, "I'm glad I left early," but he realizes on the way that all this traffic's going to the aquarium to Sealife, and he's like, "Oh, this must be like the show." So he's thinking there's a lot of people coming to see this. So he walks in, goes straight to the enclosure where Jenny is, and because Darren said he'll meet him there because that's where they're getting ready to do the show. And Darren sees him walk in, runs. He doesn't. It's weird how he does this. He jumps
I love it when you say that.
He jumps over the veranda. And
Over the
veranda because these
on holiday
two
in Spain
floors
in the
they
70s.
they stand at the top and like throw the food down. There's two like floors, so he jumps off the top veranda.
Jesus.
It isn't too high. Lands on the first floor, then runs down the stairs from the first floor to the ground.
I'm not doing that.
Me fucking heels are
He has like this IKEA bag in his hand, and he
Who, Darren?
Darren, it's like an IKEA bag, and he runs up to Sebastian, and he says to him, "What the fuck have you done?" Like that, and Sebastian's like, Sebastian's just taken aback. He's like, "What?" And this Darren goes, are you fucking serious, mate? Are you fucking mental? You fucking poisoned the sea lion. And he's like, what? And he's like, I've not even like, I've told you to just feed the sea lion and you fucking killed it, mate. You fucking killed the sea lion. And he looks in the pool, and Jenny the sea lion's on the back dead, floating around in this pool. And Darren's like, you fucking psychopath. Now, do you know, like, you've made masses much worse for yourself. And he tips the IKEA bag, you know, he tips it, and what falls out is a sea lion costume. And he says, I've got hundreds of children with their parents waiting to see a show, and if that sea lion's dead, you're fucking doing the show, mate. Now get in this fucking costume. And Sebastian's like, he's not even talking now. And Darren's like, mate, are you fucking deaf as well as stupid? Get in that fucking costume. You're putting that costume on, you're doing that fucking show. And Sebastian's like, I don't know what's happened. They give it the food, and he said, you give it the food, it's dead, you know, there's no fucking big mystery there. Put the costume on, get in fucking costume, do your best fucking sea lion impression, and get on that fucking diving board. And he walks out, all the workers shake their head, and as he walks back, he's walking back up the steps, he looks back at Sebastian, and he looks at him, and he points at him, and then points at the costume that's lying on the floor, and Sebastian's just, fuck it, I can hear all of the audience, you know, like, because they're outside.
So can the audience see Jenny just floating dead?
No, so it's like, she's in the enclosure, so that's where they get them ready and feed them, and then they have, you know, like, the like two big doors that open, which leads into the big stadium pool where everyone can see. This is just it's like thing fitters backstage. So he's crying, Sebastian. He's fucking crying because he feels guilty that he's killed this sea lion.
But sea lions can't cry.
No, Sebastian.
Sebastian's crying.
I know. I'm just pointing out that.
Oh right. So he's because he can't be crying, can he?
Seals can't cry, so he's gonna have to wind that shit in.
The sense of euphoria is gone.
Tell me about it.
He picks up this sea lion costume, puts it on, and he jumps into the pool where Jenny's lying floating dead, and he's right next to her as he's getting ready, and he can hear like someone with a microphone outside in the pool arena getting ready to like say, you know, out you come and stuff like that, and he doesn't even know what he's going to do. Fucking, you know, just skip ahead, man. He's on the diving board. He's a fucking sea lion expert there, telling him to do backflips and fucking throwing fish at him, and like he's catching them in his mouth. He's doing it all wrong, and he spots Darren in the audience, and Darren's fucking red with anger. He's fucking looking at him. He's fucking shaking his head. At one point, Sebastian does a backflip and breaks his back. And he's just lying on the pool. He can't get up.
He's lying on the pool.
On the pool. On the pool board. He's on the backflip.
Oh, he's on the pool.
He went from pool board to backflip board.
The next minute, he can just see.
Backflip board.
So he's looking, and he can just see the audience, and the next minute he sees Darren running, jumping over the audience. He jumps into the pool, Darren, and he starts swimming. Darren's swimming over to the board where Sebastian's lying with his back rope. He jumps on the board. He starts punching Sebastian in the face. All the kids are screaming, all the audience are screaming and crying, and he's like, I'm going fucking beat. I'm gonna fucking beat you till you're dead, mate. And he's punching him. Sebastian's teeth are out, then his eye socket, like his eyes are at the back of his eye socket. Keeps punching him. 5 years later, Darren's in prison. And this
Darren's in prison.
This prisoner guard comes to him and says, we've had like a delivery, and we're going to have to give it to you because, you know, the wardens, you know, the higher ups in this prison have said we've got to give you this package. So he opens the package, and oil just pours out of this package onto his hands and his arms and goes all over him. He's like, fuck, what the fuck? He's like, because he's covered in oil now, and then there's a little nose covered in oil, and he can make out like what's written on it, and it says to an arsehole from a sea lion.